Hi everyone, my name's Drew and you're watching Drawing with Drew. This is episode number 6 in The Adventures of Poop Dog, the comic that I am creating with you guys, and it's going to be from day 1 all the way to self-publishing. So if you've been following along with my first 5 videos, you'll know that I have created 5 different comics, short 2-page comics, that are going to be compiled together and put into one large finished product. Now, each comic in the modern era typically have 22 art pages and a total of 32 pages altogether. So the additional pages are advertising. So although I've never done this before, I have an idea for my 10 advertising pages. But I am going to go through a whole bunch of my old comic books and I'm going to pick out ads that are in those ones. I'm going to take pictures of them and then I'm going to change them around and make them weird and funny or add something. This is just a smallish portion of my comic collection. So I've got a lot of stuff in here that I can choose from. I'm just gonna pick a couple at random here. Probably any one of these would work. So I've just grabbed a random handful of comics that are kind of late 80s or early 90s. Okay, already, here's a good one. The original Game Boy with gargoyles. So what I'm gonna do is when I find one that I like, I'm just gonna take a picture of it. I'll show you which ones I've come up with when I'm done. So I found 5 ads that I think will work. Let's switch over to the GoPro. I've got Fleer football cards from 1991. Seems to be a staple in all of these comics. We've got Captain Crunch. Crunch berries. We've got honeycomb and frosted shredded wheat. We've got obviously the late great Hulk Hogan doing Super WrestleMania for Super Nintendo. And we've got the original Game Boy advertising Gargoyles Quest. So let's just start doodling away. Okay, we're gonna change the slogan. Graphics so real, your eyes will peel. I don't want it to be too gory or graphic. Just enough. So first I got rid of that line there at the bottom that says, graphics so real, you'll forget it's only a game. Graphics so real, your eyes will peel. And then I changed this guy's face. And then we're gonna move on to, I've changed the bee's head to Poop Dog's head, little poop, and I changed Game Boy to Game Girl. All right, moving on to the next one, and boy is it ever getting sunny here. So we're moving on to the Fleer, and I think I'm gonna change this one to beer. No brainer. Beer, better than ever. And this is a real terrible bee. Alright, I finished the Fleer one. As you can see, here's the original. And what I did was I added a bunch of sayings to the people. We like to share our beer. Beer helps me keep my head in the game. I hit harder when I'm buzzed. Beer 42, hot! I like my beer steaming hot. That hit the spot. This next one took no time at all. Captain Crunch berries. Well, we've changed it to Captain Crunch's Dingleberries. I picked them myself. Next up we have the WrestleMania one. Here he is, Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania, and here's what I've done to it. So real, you wish it was cooked. Hulk's got a rat in his teeth, and he's opened his shirt to say meat menu, wolf, python, boar, buffalo, squirrel, dingo, and Andre the Giant. Meat made me big! Okay, 1 to go. Alright, this one actually went pretty quickly again. So here's the original, not like this. Now you can put Penny Hardaway on your wall, like this. And then there's posters or cards or whatever. And I've changed it to boom, boom, boom. Now you can put super gross snot on your wall. Snot like this. Like this. The 14-year-old version of me is loving this right now. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, please leave me a comment. I don't get many, so I would love to respond to some. And if you enjoyed this video, then you may like my next one where I go back to creating another comic for my series in the Adventures of Poop Dog. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one.